How you do? My name is Kevin Smith. I'm the lighting designer for Peter Pan here in the Gaiety Theatre. I split my time. I'm a freelance lighting designer, and I also spend half my time as a business development manager for PSI Productions. The Gaiety Pantomime has been going for 151 years, and it's my 9th year working on the Gaiety Panto. This year, being Peter Pan, it's quite a complex show in terms of flying. So there's lots of flying. We have 11 characters flying in the air during the production. We have 3 individual flying lines. So at any one time there can be up to 3 characters flying. I suppose it was the challenges of the flying that first brought me to an automatic follow spot system. I suppose the reason I chose to go with Follow Me was it offered a very clean solution for me to be able to use multiple fixtures to follow a given performer at any one time. There's one particular sequence in the show where there's 3 people flying at the same time, and we're using at times anywhere between 9 and 12 fixtures to light those 3 performers. Something like that obviously wouldn't be possible with a traditional follow spot. It allowed me to light the performers from different angles. It allowed me to side light the performers predominantly, so I could contour the performers as they flew without having a massive impact on the set or the walls. And it allowed me an awful lot of versatility. It allowed me to follow them as they tracked at speed. So it really catapulted the control of follow spot I had from that traditional sense into something that was just much more nuanced. There's an awful lot of its features actually I think are quite useful. The principally being the fact that I can choose any number of fixtures to follow a performer, and indeed use any fixture in the rig. The camera isn't mounted specifically to one fixture. It's a central camera, so I can use any fixture at any time, hand that fixture control over to the console back to for other show functions, or pull it out of that and use it as a follow spot. Features like the snapline feature was particularly useful in our scenario here, because the flying that we were doing is on a single fly line, a lateral left-right fly line. So we were able to pin the follow spot fixtures onto that snapline, which made it a fairly seamless movement for the performers. The Follow Me system we have here is predominantly used with our 2 front follow spots. So I have used Martin Mac Ultras as the 2 Follow Me spots. The Ultras were a very useful fixture to have there, and they integrated quite well into Follow Me with that. Obviously Follow Me integrated quite well. The console we're using is an HCEOS, and fixture profiles we had were spot on, and it was a process whereby we could quite easily hand over control between Follow Me and the console. So it became quite a large part of the show. I found it freed me up to consider other elements of the show quite well, because once we spent the time setting the system up and allowing it to follow the performers successfully, once the calibration was completed, it kind of took care of itself to a certain extent. It's like, there you go, there's a flying sequence, please continue to follow the performer. That's happening. I can be comfortable and confident that that's going to happen while I can turn my attention to other parts of the show. So it was very useful in that sense, and I think overall it was a very successful endeavor. Looking at the way we used it this year, I would like to examine the possibility of using a tracket system in addition to the Follow Me 3D. That would really bring that to the next level, where we could actually integrate trackers on performers, and we could be very delicate and even more nuanced with how they are picked up in that kind of environment. Entity have been very, very useful. Barrie Conway particularly has been very useful in terms of his support with this system. He lent an awful lot of assistance in helping us build the show file and helping us get the system set up. It has been very valuable, really, and I've been quite lucky to feel supported in that process, I suppose. Obviously, there's lots of people in Ireland who use Follow Me quite regularly, but to use Follow Me with, in this scenario integrated into EOS and hand over control to and from the the console, it was very useful to have the support around with Entity to be able to assist us with that, and to be able to assist the programmer on this show with how that process works, and to smooth out those edges, I suppose.